Chacha obi biara edeba Daily Trends TV eso ensem a editie o man Ghana eno ena yakeka abomu na yede bre ye tiefo yensem re no na yense wadaje no yenko na enkuti ensem no enchemu.
General Chairman of the NPP, Chairman Bernard Enchibo Esiako, the case ebusan for Gusu Ekoso court ebusan for court no ene dey eko asetena as usual and 2nd April 2026 court no ebusan for ene dey eko asetena na asetena court no eko ye and say case involve Chairman Wontumi akonta mining illegal ho sensem ne some boy mining concession ho pass ne de just sensem ne de bebre ni na no ebusan for ni ehwe say court ni betimi atena se because earlier on court ni say Chairman Wontumi and file a submission of no case na Wontumi hwese de ma besi akọ as to whether say omo hwene say to 2 year case no be drop ya na say de kan court no tena se no na say the prosecution omo san so the nsem ni bia na be kan tena ne court no yes sa de ne omo san tena se ne na omo ntimi nkan ya hwese de ma besi akọ nti ne de Chairman Wontumi the application etimi the coy seeking say obetimi ahote same boy galamsey trial no na chese bibia enso etimi akoso yi na application that is the submission of no case and nsem no na the court na etimi agya to na se bibia enso etimi akoso na no na abusan for the court no etena say presided by Justice Audrey Kokoviti abusan for court na etena se no say o hwe application a Chairman Wontumi etimi eba na o hwe mu na o hwe nsem a prosecutors no can say allegations evidences or raising na no tena se a bishop for kire say nsem a prosecution no can no na kire say nyina so etimi edi ewom eno nti o ma ho kwan submission of no case no etimi eba so na say ogitum na say obo edi etugu na kire say wanya de eno nti sabre application a Chairman Wontumi eno la for the echo edi sabre no court no etimi abo edi atok but then sabre o makasa mo kire say enwa mane so no ma edi so mbeto aso na o matimi ide o so mo ye na kire say bibia so etimi akoso na sabre mo rep said the NDC after the proceedings some lawyers for the two behind and everything and you bring mo rep na information mo fa
that is the decision of the court. We are supposed to advance our arguments before the court and relate to appropriate laws and in fact case law. We've done all that. We've stated the grounds on which we come with this application and we explained our grounds and again supported that with case law and statutes. Unfortunately, it is important to note that the Attorney General elected not to file any affidavit in opposition and therefore did not file any and therefore was only entitled to points of law which I made the court remind him that he was not entitled to arguments on facts. Nevertheless, notwithstanding the submission and the advocacy supporting it, the court says that there is no merit in the application and therefore same is dismissed. We have applied for a copy of the ruling. The judge says that the ruling is the short sentence as given that the application has no merit. Won't go into the legal analysis of the submissions and the advocacies. So it's simply that there is no merit in the application. So we have applied for a copy of the ruling and we will also apply for a copy of the record of proceedings of the day. And based on that, we will take a decision whether or not to appeal or repeat the application. We are minded to do so, and that we go to the office to prepare ourselves to repeat the application in a court of appeal, applying for stay of proceedings. We'll do that maybe tomorrow or the days ahead. Tomorrow is a holiday, so after vacation we'll do that. And then we'll go to the Court of Appeal to argue our points on law and facts, why we think that the proceedings must be stayed. So this is the position that we have taken.
At some point, there was some sort of I don't know whether it was a banter or jab between yourself and the Deputy Attorney General. What was all that about? And is there some sourness between yourself and the...
We were responding to some innuendos coming from the Attorney General's department. And trust me, I'm not somebody to be intimidated or to be cowed. No, it's not possible. So I responded in same language to him, whether he takes that or not. We at the bar must show respect to each other. And indeed, no matter, the Attorney General is the biggest lawyer in Ghana. And of course, he must also address the bar and the bench with that understanding. But if the Attorney General decides to be vulgar in language, he needs to be warned, and as need so. We are all learning, but it cannot be a case of somebody arrogating to himself any exceptional powers in the courtroom. The court is a public place. We are all officers of the court, and therefore we need to conduct ourselves well. And that is the understanding that I got him to know, that notwithstanding the position that we hold as an Attorney General, you are also Minister of Justice. And in more cases, I always warn him that you are not on a freelance. You are also responsible for a fair judgment and a fair trials and, of course, judicious processes. So you have to be careful when you are here as an Attorney General. And in any case, that is a public office that you hold. So if you hold a public office, you need to uphold certain standards as we have known the office to be. So it was a response and a warning that we have to be careful.
Are you expecting you to file a repeat stay before the...
I have just told you that the indications tilt towards filing a repeat application for stay in the Court of Appeal. We'll go to office and prepare same, but as you know, tomorrow is a holiday up to next Monday or so. So after the holidays, we'll probably file the repeat of the application for stay of proceedings, and then we go to Court of Appeal to argue out our case and see the results therefore. Again, I thank you very much as always. You are following the case. One of these days, we will go to one of the radio TV stations to discuss the proceedings in court and let people understand what is happening. You see, in criminal trial, the expectation is that we will be mindful of the fairness of the process and also observance of laws and processes, because the two come together to make the law. So we'll have to carry everybody along, because it can happen to you, it can happen to everybody. But notwithstanding what is happening in Ghana now, why is it the case that one person who did not even do the act, but he is deemed to have allowed the act to face trial, and people who have admitted of committing the crime are rather being used as prosecution witness? I say this all the time. It's a very dangerous development. If we are not careful, all of us, any one of us could be cited in a case that we don't know anything about, provided there is an accused person who says that I have done it, but I want to join the prosecution as prosecution witness and point the finger at somebody else. It's a very dangerous development. We must all speak to it and make sure that trial is fair, and that when you are convicted genuinely, not that an opponent, political or religious or traditional political, the opponent will want to get you into trouble because he goes to declare that I've done something wrong against the law, and that once you use me as a prosecution witness, I'll point the finger at the one who facilitated the commission of the crime. And that person will be in trouble, and you yourself who will admit that I did it voluntarily will be used as prosecution witness and give evidence against an innocent person. It's a very dangerous development in the criminal jurisprudence in Ghana.
Na ewo ho.
Na chairman lawyer sorry anka se edan na omo si wabubu no chairman mu bu dan bia wanka bibia sa.
okay, so chairman Mbubu Dembian, one grant to chairman bill. Now, at the right time, you know, as some of them, you don't get your assemble, then no colonel, Edda, into one grant in the bill, and also all money bill, but young fan call for next agenda mandate, you know, or on the 9th of.
And chairman, no, it was a chairman Freddie Blake court remand for 3 weeks.
Pacho, I never cost to Ghana, no.
As a court, no Ghana, and the wow, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. But now, Casa into Papa, or the chairman call court, no, or the BB bar court, that's a chairman Freddie Blake, and my Ibu ne die.
Or the Emma Yenya the record of
look at a country like Ghana. Matters of presidential jet. Presidential and also Boachibidin political football.
And that's about the safety of our
president. Sure. Most of vindication is in what? In the womb of what they are
the womb of time.
This is my summation. Yeah. 2 things. Stand up by Dr. Callistos. Yeah. Clearly, if you read his letter,
it was a write-up.
Write-up. The decline. The Akumana a buffer. Now, if you are shot, new man, always in one
because of the tone.
When you been response to other communicators in the NDC, we are not looking at that communication. Oh, yeah, Tony, what form of Kumawa form? Now, from paragraph by paragraph, as my walk. All this small raising, are critical, and that is the fact. It is a Kratan or Troyano. The same Kratan only word back to film. Fan say, Nana Santibedia too, and I then at all. Not even a single word, and this is a few. Because there was no pointer. The president of the land then, and in Ghana, a scarcity of finance and when resources. I know to Kwana the emotion and say, in any school, that school down or more school down, so hospital anyway, and at no point the president got Ayine. At no point.
Essentially, Nyomo Cow letter him is true today, and it was true yesterday.
Forever. Until we get what we all want to get as a country. And the Troy, you know, media they may pay on the ground say, well, my man, I bet you soon, I'm a justify, I'm a put you up defense. A necessary conversation, even though it's very uneasy and uncomfortable, but it's a very necessary conversation.
Yeah.
It's what I'm saying. You lift everything in the write-up and then change the person who wrote it and put in the Nasanti inside. Asa, what it should tell you as a country and as a party and as individuals is we have a challenge.
I think, sir, in as much as I agree with the content of the letter, what I thought should have been included, the reality said. The things he said in the open letter were true yesterday, and that maybe in opposition, they said certain things about presidential travels. He thought Ombuko overboard. I think that admission would have made this letter very whole and very complete.
But I mind yourself for and say, Yabeka say, ye patrol. I want the be in some Kayebi and no more be a 2 year and your papa. Can't to move. You don't even I didn't catch you say, out to me some of say, if it was not right yesterday, it means that today too is not right. If it was not right today, it means that why is it right yesterday? So Kratan Kasa catch say, and Kobabona Fahono. So we not that rare opportunity man paying in command. And now go catch another dunk because Ghana here, Zawium shine based on technical advice at the man. Name yes, sounds to a chair though. Yes, sounds to be a chair. So even with our buying of presidential luxurious jets in November, Ghana South Sudan. Schools under trees ye jai. Ye school fee near hospital mammograph near So now what is the bane? The bane is we have propagated falsehood all these years as a country and as a people that hasn't inured to the benefit of the Ghanaian society and even our presidents.
Yes, because I remember, sir, when the issue of
even our presidents,
a new presidential jet somewhere in 2024. I mean, the narrative was that this country doesn't need a new presidential. I remember so well interview Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwane Evans Minsaye on PM Express, and that was when he made that infamous statement, said presidential jet there were engines me and Santi Bakokra say me around. It was as if said buying a new presidential jet was haram. Almost a year or two later, when I read this letter, I'm like, okay, this is somebody who is ready to confront the issues. But the letter fell short of admitting, say, maybe, just maybe, in opposition they overspoke. Because, man, share this part of the letter. For that reason, this issue has not been taken lightly within the presidency. What the public often sees is the aircraft taking off or landing. What is less visible is the difficult balance that must constantly be struck between practicality, security, cost, and national dignity when a president travels. But presidential travel is unlike any other form of travel. It is not merely a journey from one city to another. It carries with it layers of responsibility, security protocols, diplomatic engagement, communication systems, and the simple but critical requirement. It's not always feasible for a certain president, particularly when the travel involves long-haul intercontinental engagement or tightly scheduled diplomatic commitment. Beyond the obvious security considerations, such travel introduces logistical complexities that can make it difficult for a head of state to carry out official duties during transit.
That's why I can say all left template now the mass and we did signature chassis. Now the water must say no SRC president. Yeah, we can do that. Now the SRC president. So he is defining what goes into being a president and what it comes along with in terms of presidential travel. Perfect. Maybe the difference in the two is that the approach. Somebody chose to be comfortable with the brother's private jet. The other chose to say, then I'll go and look out for a jet and rent it out. That's the departing line. Asa and party A, any party B, or money into approach. So our disagreement was with the approach, which we can assess. In the case of a coup for the president and any team, and the national security pay for their thinking was that because you call 1-2 bino and for commercial, you have the inconveniences. And please let us go. In fact, the latest president is actually John Dramani Okoka Dubai for 11 hours.
1 hour.
Yes, and we sat here, we were so disturbed and worried and said that let's put every political interpretation aside. He's our number one person here. And we cannot compromise on some of these things for the sake of partisanship. No! It is your turn.